Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another legal breaking reporting and video analysis update. Donald Trump's disapproval rating has risen to 59%, according to a new report that we are just getting from USA Today. Let's get into this new reporting. Ladies and gentlemen, the article is titled Trump's disapproval rating rises in new poll, but Americans also call Democrats out of touch. That is a lie, ladies and gentlemen. Democrats are not out of touch. Ladies and gentlemen, the article reads, President Donald Trump's approval rating took a hit over the past month, according to a new national poll, but the survey leaves little room for Democrats to gloat, as more than two-thirds say the party is out of touch with Americans. In a 4-day Washington Post, ABC, Ipsos poll, the president had a 41% approval rating among respondents, tracking a months-long trend of various national polls, placing Trump in the mid to low 40s. However, his disapproval rating has jumped in the new poll to 59%, a level not seen in post-ABC surveys since January 2021, a week after the attack on the Capitol. Which, ladies and gentlemen, might I add, is on Trump. He is the one who incited the Capitol attack. Nobody else did. Ladies and gentlemen, the reporting continues. The October 24 through 28 survey polled 2,725 U.S. adults and has an overall margin of error of plus 1.9 percentage points. The poll keeps up a consistent trend since Trump began his second term, a deep divide between Republicans and Democrats on his job performance. In the new poll, 86% of Republicans said they support the president, while 95% of Democrats disapprove. Among independents, 69 say they disapprove of Trump's presidency, while 30% approve. Across 8 issues that include the economy, immigration, tariffs, managing the federal government, crime and conflicts in the Middle East and Ukraine, most Americans say they disapprove of how he is handling each of them. His lowest marks concern his management of the federal government and tariffs, with 36% and 39% approval ratings, respectively. He earned his highest support on Israel and Gaza with 46% approving of his approach to the conflict and 52% disapproving. A majority also said Trump has gone too far in exercising his powers of his office. The poll found 64% say he is going too far in trying to expand the power of the presidency. Still, that disapproval didn't translate into support for the opposing party, as respondents say they see President and the two political parties as out of touch with their lives. Democrats, however, get the brunt of it, with respondents identifying them as most out of touch. 68% agreed with the criticism when it comes to Democrats, compared to 61% and 63% saying the same of the GOP and the president, respectively. When asked how they would vote in 2020, if the 2026 midterms were held today, Democrats didn't fare much better than Republicans. Less than half, 46% of registered voters said they would back the Democratic candidate in their voting district, while 44% said they would support the Republican candidate. Another 9% said they would not vote at all. The difference in support between the two parties in a hypothetical midterm matchup is within the margin of error, which is plus 2.2% for the sample of 2,203 registered voters. Ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for this legal breaking reporting video analysis update. In the meantime, until my next reporting, please make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and enjoy. And please subscribe and follow along for all the more legal breaking news that you need to know about. More to come soon.